Hello everybody. In my first video on my new website, I will show a way that seems to me quite good to counter the variation Nc6 when you play French defense. You will find material on Dangerous Weapons the French by John Watson, and here I just offer my point of view, also with the help of chesslab.com database and the Houdini as chess engine. So the first move are quite obvious. Okay, this is the Nc6 French, and the move I want to show you is Nc6. Blacks develop a piece and they wants to attack the center with pieces. Now d4 is some under pressure, and white must decide how to counter this threat. For example, knight f3. I think this is the only way of keeping the tension, somewhat of an advantage for white. The alternatives do not impress me much, but we will start to see for alternatives. For example, e5. Here white goes for the easiest solution, grabs space, but now the position has little dynamism, the only pawn lever being f6 in black's hand. All in all, the position looks equal to me. Just black wants to go knight g7, knight f3, knight f5, and it is not clear to me when white can make progress. Black simply threatens to push also f6, putting great pressure on the black squares. And for example, if bb5, if bishop b5 arrives, then black can simply play bishop d7, a6. If white plays more restrained with bishop e2, for example, black can go, let's say, b6, bishop b7, queen d7, castle, bishop e7 with idea of f5, or also pushing pawns on the king side against the knight on f3 with h5, g5, g4, something like this. I think it is not a great theoretical line, but almost I think it is almost equal yet for black. Okay, so here in this position we can look also bishop b5. This is a move that signals want to take care of central dark squares, but black has a little tactics in his favor. In d takes, knight takes, queen d5 with advantage to black, because two pieces are attacked. d4 pawn is still weak, and white can no go beyond an equal position here. Okay. Always after knight c6, takes of course is no match for black, so we have to go for the main variation, knight f3. Black plays knight f6 like a boxer. You see, black first attacks e4, then d4, now e4 again, and how white can react to these attacks. Black is leading the pace. A sensible move for white, for example, is bishop g5, but it's not that great because black can go bishop e7, and now there are problems again on the e4 pawn. He should play something like bishop d3 if he wants to maintain the tension, but this is a mistake because we go knight e4, d takes, bishop takes, and now queen d5 with a slight advantage to black. Remember this queen d5 tactical theme in those particular lines of the French. If after bishop d3 instead knight takes. White wants to enter this change of captures, let's say. Okay, you see that after bishop takes, knight takes, black is yet a pawn up. The white bishop is in danger, and you should retreat it to f2, but to e2, but then something like f6 to restrain the f3 knight and play king s7. The knight on b2 can re-enter the game via c4 or via a4, c3, a4, b6. This position is pretty good for black yet. So here it is not a great idea to play bishop d3. White should try e5, and on e5 knight e4, bishop takes, queen takes, and here the queen is marvelous placed. She can go to b4, and okay, if white plays a3 because it's fears of queen b4, okay, you can go bishop d7 and then play something for short castle f6, bishop e8, bishop h5 with good play. White should go simply bishop d3, and in this position I like knight takes, b takes, queen e3, queen d2, knight a5, castle, h6 is important move because it takes away g5 square from the knight f3 and from the queen in d2. Black wants to go on with b6, bishop d7, c5, short castle, rook c8, opening the queen side and playing there where he has a great advantage in space. It is also possible after bishop d3 to play queen b4 if you want, and the play may continue with bishop takes, a3 now, takes, and queen b5. Again taking care of the white squares against the enemy king, and the game is pretty okay for black. So after bishop e7 there is no good move for white. Also taking is not a big deal because you just take, then e5, bishop e7, and you can go b6, bishop b7, queen d7, castle, and play in f6. You have bishop pair, no great problem. If here white wants to try something other, for example, Karpov here tried bishop d3. Okay, yet another way to keep the tension, but I like the fight the leader approach with knight b4. And now, for example, if e5 takes, knight d7, bishop and castle, something like this, it could be playable 100% for black. And also, for example, bishop g5 is not a big deal because you can go take, just simply exchanging everything. Is a sort of Rubinstein variation where white elects his powerful king bishop. It's interesting that after bishop d3 you can also go bishop b4, where e5 knight e4 is the main line that we'll see in a few minutes, or white can go bishop g5. Maybe this is better, but then d takes. Here in this position white has to part with one of his bishop, for example bishop takes, castle, then rook enters the fray, something like this. It is almost equal. Okay, another try against this position is take and bishop b5. Okay, here black can tempt white to search an advantage with maybe knight e5 here, but after castle, knight takes, Bishop a6, yet black is taking care of, as usual, of the white square around the king, and then bishop takes, check, bishop e3, queen e8. I think black stands very good with sort of an advantage because knight e4 is coming. The c3 square is weak, the king is weak. The two rooks will not enter in the game soon, and I think that black can do serious damage to white position starting from here. Okay, so we are left in this position with the main moon, which is push e5, and then knight e4, bishop d3. This is the main move, but before watching this, we have to mention the knight e2 approach. This is a Khalifman recommendation, where white can bolster the center with c3, attacking the e4 knight, playing knight to g3 and bishop d3. Okay, black here needs to accelerate the play and can do it with the usual f6. Always take a look at playing s6 if white is playing involuted moves. Takes, and here we see that there is no more target on e4, and black wants to go away with bishop d6, castle e5. For example, the game can go like this: knight g3, bishop d6, bishop b5. This is important because bishop in b5 attacking and pinning the knight is a move that fights for the dark central square. Castle a6, bishop takes, b takes, and now black will play c5 twice with good play, I think. So getting back to knight e4, bishop d3, here comes a pin before. White should take care of this pin because simply castle is not good. Black takes, rook b1, and now we just don't have to be greedy and take on d4, but simply getting back to defense. Bishop b4 is a good move, and something like this I think it is yet better for black in this position. So white must play bishop d2, where the bishop goes after knight takes, queen takes, and now f6. Here black is opening up the f-file to his advantage, attacking the front of the pawn chain, and also opening the path for the queen's bishop via d7, e8, can go to g6 or h5 in the future. Simply takes is not good for white because black play queen f6 and then bishop d7. There is pressure on d4, there is pressure on the f-file. It's too good to be true. So also castle is not a great move because takes. Now black cannot play d4 straight away because of queen f4 with an unusual but effective horizontal pin. So this position yes, to castle simply, but after a3, bishop e7, he can go on with c5, bishop d7, having f5 to his disposal, having a broad center, pair of bishop. I think also here black is better. So after f6, the right move is a3, and black s2 continuation. Many grandmaster and many strong player, they choose to keep the bishop in this position with bishop e7, when a continuation can be takes, bishop b5 as usual to fight for the center, castle, bishop takes, castle. Now here white want to go knight a4, knight c5, rook fe1 to create a blockade on the black's position, but black can simply play f5 at once, It's quite a good move because it takes queen e7 with the idea of playing c6, and now can play e5, having a mobile center duo, having plenty of space for his bishop and files open for his rook. I think black has full compensation for the pawn here. So after a3, we see bishop e7 is a valid choice, but we also can choose for velocity and take on c3. Queen takes bishop d7, when black can go on with short castle or queen e7 long castle. Either way are possible with I think equal play, and okay, I will try to play this variation in the future tournament, and of course we'll let you know what will happen. Thank you for your attention, and see you on the next video.